On other fields, on other days. That's the primary charge for the cadets of Army. But on this field, the seeds planted by the likes of Davis, Blanchard, and Dawkins certainly have produced victory. Welcome to Michie Stadium at West Point, home of the Black Knights of the Hudson. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the AAC. As we'll see, the Rice Owls taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Black Knights will kick it away to start us off. Here's the return, and the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team.
Good shit, boys. See that replay again.
Right back.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Well, they found some room on this opening drive, but now... And he runs it in for the score! Touchdown, Army!
Nice.
A first down for the offense. He finds his man, and he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Right back to the well. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Rice rushes to the line. Give to the running back. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They're bringing heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Offense in a split backfield. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Still running at the 40. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Give to the fullback. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And you got to throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally, okay? Those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field. Always blocking every single play, down in, down out. When you get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back, making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
The Black Knights trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Oh, and I love it. They give the ball to the fullback. You don't even see him in the game all the time, but when he is, it's always unselfish, pounding people. I love when you toss him a little love and give him the rock.
You ever wish you'd played fullback instead?
No.
You would have been a great fullback. Great H-back.
Just hit people, hit them again, hit them again. Now I'm good. I'll go get the quarterback.
The big fullback's got it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Black Knight! Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
They'll ride the hot hand. Powers through the defender. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attack.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got him downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Yeah, and great job by the linebacker understanding what to do in zone coverage. I drop, I take my steps. When that quarterback's feet get set, my feet get set, I break on the football. Nice break. Way to go break that up and swat it down.
Fires it incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. So much change of direction. He's down to the 23.
And after having a nice gain like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, right.
Touchdown.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses 1. Second down coming up.
Okay, ready? Slide 22.
Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
On the ready?
He's got it down the middle. They get him down after he makes a catch.
Like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Quarterback will keep it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
He's got him, and they convert. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Man, I love it when they slip it to the fullback. He's a guy that, blocks a lot, so always in the box blocking, and then you sneaking by those linebackers and try to give him a touch or two to get some positive yards.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
Did a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one.
Okay, ready?
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Dropping back, it's Dobbs. Trying to make magic with his feet. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Incomplete thanks to the great defense. Offense set on first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Finds his tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 27. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. They want to run this quarterback. Tackle is made after the first down.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
And the Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Just plowing down the field. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
The fullback. This takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just grown man.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
You know, quarterbacks practice ball security as well throughout the week, and he has to do a better job of keeping two hands on the ball. He knows this defense is trying to rip it out. They're trying to get a hat on the football. He's lucky that he was able to recover his own fumble there.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Giving him his pads. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Army!
One of the reasons this offense is so...
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
I'll say this, man, in college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the...
Just destroying his way through the field. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Run it with the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Black Knights! With 8 seconds to go in the half, wonder if they'll try to get a big play just to see what happens. Here's the handoff. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, one thing we can always count on is a great atmosphere in West Point. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job.
Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Hammond. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The Black Knights want to pick up the tempo. Back to throw, it's Dobbs. Makes the grab on the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. They ran it on first down, now on second. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
This offense has a second down play.
Convoy. Let's go.
The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense is trying to get physical. They're pulling the backside guard on that play. He completely whiffs, though, and misses his block, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop.
And I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on fourth downs, they'd have said yes, please. And that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This offense is cooking, especially on fourth down.
And the Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
And the fullbacks, you know, usually you're typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
They'll leave it with him. Discards a man. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the big fullback. Touchdown, Army! And the pummeling has started. The offense set for a first down play. DB's right up on the receivers. From the shotgun, the inside give. Breaks the tackle. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. It'll be a draw. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They'll go right back to him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Anytime this guy has that much time to throw, you're not going to stop him from picking up the 1st down.
No, and he needs to go thank his offensive lineman right now. Thank you, big fellas, for keeping me upright. No pressure, could read the defense, make the strike, get the 1st down conversion.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Fouls. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's
Fires and picked off. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, the 10.
That dude is so fucking slow.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Rice, 16.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Army has it back in the offense ready to go. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls and fires complete. Fights off a defender.
I don't know if the defense came into this one expecting the fullback to be a weapon catching the ball, but that play didn't look like they were ready for him. He catches it, turns it upfield for the first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the option. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Fullback's got it. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the 2nd level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
The Black Knights are moving quickly down the field. Here comes the option. He has the first and still on his feet. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. And the Black Knights with the 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Now on the move. Hit the gas, headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights! And the route is on. First down here for the offense. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's going to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Oh, look out! He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. From the gun. Lets it go to the end zone. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Here on 2nd down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. They'll give it to the back. The Black Knights will keep this drive going.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Goes to the option. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
The play action fake. They're trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Running with power.
Fullback with the carry. Picks up 3. Fourth down coming up.
How good has this offense been on fourth down, converting all 3 times, and they're lining up to go for it again. Makes the catch past the sticks. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Putting together a nice drive. Couple of first downs in the books now, 1st and 10 from the 44. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And the Black Knights will have it 1st and 10. They'll run the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense. If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the fullback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.